Okay guys, so I lost the footage to the beginning of this video for the subframe connectors installation video. When I was recording another video for a different part that I have purchased and installed into the vehicle, I accidentally deleted the intro to this video. So here's my intro. It's basically BMR subframe connectors, and they give me the hardware to it. And I had to really get both of those connectors straightened out, and I had to hammer on the subframe of the actual car to get it straight, because some of the metal was a little bit bent or just a little bit out of alignment. It wasn't too bad, but I did have to basically get a hammer and just sit there and pound on it to get it to pop in or to bend this way or whatever. And the pinch weld on the vehicle is just horrible. I had to straighten all of that back out. You won't see me do that in this video, but I did it once I finished putting the subframe connectors on. By the way, the subframe on the actual car on the passenger side is worse than the driver's side for the pinch weld and for the actual frame itself. It's like towards the front of the subframe of the car, or the frame of the car, it's like bowed upward, and I had to pull it down with a big crowbar, and then I had to hammer the back side where you mount the rear lower control arm to the mounting point. I had to hammer that out, and I had to do the same thing on the driver rear. So anyways, this video is about a month old, maybe a little over a month old. That shouldn't matter, just as long as you guys see it and know what I'm talking about and whatnot. So it is now May 4th, so May the 4th be with you. I'm a big Star Wars fan myself, so anyways, enjoy the video, and more videos to come. Oh, another thing is the brackets that have a welded nut on it with threads in it, where you put the bolt in there, you have to sit there and hold it, or get some pry bar or big flat tip screwdriver to hold it down to drive the nut through as you're trying to bolt that thing through the subframe connector itself, so that it doesn't move around or anything like that, because I had a time trying to do just one side up front. So in the future I am going to weld it, but for now this is what I'm going to do, and I'd rather just bolt it in and not worry about it, and give the car more structural rigidity. And also, if I wreck, the bottom end of the car won't fold in like tinfoil and ruin my legs or anything. I mean, I hope not. It'll help a little bit. But the roll cage that I will get for the future for this car is a whole nother thing. That will save me, period. Depending on what roll cage I get and all that. But I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways, enjoy the video. Alright, I took the wrapping off, and this is what it looks like. I believe these are hollow inside. They might be hollow, I'm not sure. I did my research, and a couple of guys said that these subframe connectors are really good, and they strengthen up the car a lot when you're cornering or whatever. But I think they're hollow inside. I think. Sounds like it. They have some tubular kinds that are more expensive, but those you have to weld. Now they have some bolted styles too, but the tubular kind just didn't look right to me, and I don't know. I guess I just didn't like the way it looked, and I wanted to use this because it looks more I don't know, robust, I guess. But anyways, I could possibly weld these as well. I just need to take the bolts out and get them welded. That's what a coworker told me at BMR when I was on the phone with them. So anyways, bolt holes will go here, and then those two long bolts will go there. This is where the control arms will mount. Okay, so I have the vehicle on a jack with jack stands. I just propped up the rear end just a little bit so I can get some tension off of the control arm to get this subframe connector here onto that part of the body there. And as you can see, there's the bracket where the threaded holes are peeking out of the hole on the body. And like I said, all you have to do is mount that to the corresponding spots on here, the holes there. And there is a hook sticking out right there that you slide onto that. So yeah. Alright, these bolts are 18 millimeters. Yours might be a little bit different. The nut and bolt on the other side was actually a 19. This was an 18 over here, which is kind of weird, but you know, hey, it's whatever. But there you go. That way y'all can see. This nut and bolt is going away. I am going to keep this just in case. But we're going to put the new bolts on here. Now, you may have to bend the metal on the body to get this mount to squeeze in. That way you can slit this on the outside of the mount here. That way you can get the bolt in, but this right here is actually working in my favor, so that's a good thing. Now, you need to have a washer on each side. Here's the bolt and the washer. Just slide this in first. Camera died, but we're back. Sometimes you gotta finagle it a little bit, get it to. Sometimes it's not. There we go. And then take the other washer. Take the flat end of this washer and face it inward, and take the nut here and here. I like explaining things, guys. I don't just put parts together. I like to explain things, that way you guys have a better understanding on what I'm doing with this Firebird and the project and all of that, because technically this still is a project car even when it's done, because there's always tuning and changes that needs to be made and stuff like that. So, okay, it's the following day. Your boy got a haircut, looking good. But let me finish up this video. I just left work, so I have the subframe connectors halfway on there. I'm having issues with lining them up, and to be honest with you, that's with almost any subframe connector that you get. That's a bolt-in style, because being that the car is used and has several miles on it, particularly mine, and there's bends and certain things that are twisted and whatnot, you have to hit it with a hammer and pry it out with a pry bar and all of that to get it straight so you can get the subframe connectors on. So this is the passenger side here, and I only have one bolt threaded in, and this side's not lining up properly. So I don't mean the hole, but I mean the bracket threaded hole. It's like off center, like way up in here. So either I'm gonna have to drill out a bigger hole to get the other bolt in, or do something. I mean, look at the pinch weld. It's just all bent up. I had to straighten out the driver's side over there, but at least this one's most of the way on, but I'm gonna definitely fix that. The back side's bolted on already, so yeah, let's continue with this install. Alright, after a lot of pounding and banging and, you know, bending the metal and stuff, I finally got it on. Here is the other side there, the 2 bolts as well, and then the 1 long bolt and nut back there, and that is it. And they look really good, so